family. Hello everyone. Hello to my sisters, my moms, my aunties, my cousins, all the ladies in my fun and out, all the ladies in my life and outside of my life, all those I can touch, feel, hear, and those who are in my environment and all of those who are not in my environment, all those who are virtually connected, who I am virtually connected to, and all those I am not virtually connected to, but who were able to be exposed to my messages through sharing, commenting, and liking my videos. So thank you for the likes and thank you for the comments, and thank you for all those who are inspired by me. As usual, I'm bringing you a combo of fitness and motivational video, and today's fitness video is from Growing Hannas as usual, and the title of her video is 45 minutes military Monday heat intense workout, no repeat, and I think no accessories as well. So that is the title of her fitness video, and she's available. The video is available on YouTube. You can go and do the exercise with the lady. She has a full range of videos that ranges from 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour and beyond. That will go well with the time that you have, with the material or equipment that you have or lack of. So I've said it before, fitness is all about you taking care of yourself, you finding time and making the time to take care of your body, to take care of your physical appearance, or even to take care of your mind. Because when you take care of your body, when you move around, when you shake that body around, when you take care of your heart, because you're moving around, you jumping, you lying down and standing back up, it's going to pump enough blood in your system. It's going to speed up your heart rate. That is going to nourish you and bring a lot of energy to you and to your body. So yeah, that is the fitness side. Please go and do the exercise, and I do not have an hour. Do not feel bad if you do not have 30 minutes. Do what you can with what you have where you are, because the accumulation of all of this is going to help you on the long run. So that was the fitness side. You can go and do the exercise. As I said before, it is from Growing Hannas. She's available on all social media. Please go and do the exercise with the lady. I'm telling you, you are not going to be disappointed on YouTube. And as usual, I will link the video so that you can go and do the exercise yourself. So and today's message is about the good enough thing. So the title is Good Enough Where We Go, especially when it comes to women. Actually, my videos are with testimonies for myself, but also testimonies for women. My target audience are women, because that is where I am being called after. I'm being called to take care of women. I'm being called to talk to women from a woman perspective. So please, I'm not bashing any guys following me or even watching my videos. I'm rather saying that my target audience are women. That is why when I greet all the ladies in my life, moms, aunties, cousins, friends, everybody that is female in my surrounding, and even beyond what I can wanting or even expecting or deserving something better or someone better or a situation that is better, and you realize that where you are with what you have, with what you lack of, is not good enough. Like you are settling. It is that settling feeling that you have that is, or I would define as good enough. And why am I calling it the enemy dwelling in plain sight? When you go with good enough, when you go with good enough in whatever you do, you are not going to actually succeed. You are not going to actually go beyond. You are not going to actually develop and improve. You are not going to go anywhere, because if you are going with good enough, whether it is in your studies, in your relationships, in your business, in whatever you are finding or you are trying to achieve in your life, if you are just going, like if your goal is only to pass the barrier, to get inside, well, you are not going to improve where you are, because your goal was only to set, like your goal was only to get to that door. But what is beyond that door are actually people who are excellent. They are people who are improving, people who keep on learning, people who keep on improving. So if your main goal is to get in, and then you are going to like, oh my God, I don't know, like I got in and that was it. If that was your goal, well, you are not going to improve. You're not going to achieve anything. And at the end of the day, you are going to get kicked out. It is the enemy of big dreamers. It is the enemy of somebody who was goal. It is the enemy of somebody who is trying to strive and hustle and be disciplined. It is the enemy of everything that when it comes to achieving something in this life. That good enough thing is the enemy dwelling in plain sight that we see, that we are even aware of, that we can even acknowledge. It is that settling feeling that we feel when we know that we could have done better, we could have been better, we could have had better minimum requirements. Well, when people are going for the maximum that is not even required, like they want to go beyond, and your competition are those people, I'm telling you, first of all, you are not going to improve. Second of all, you are not going to stay in, because you are going to get kicked out. And we are not even fighting anymore, or not. We are not only competing against people, but we are competing against even machines that are always getting upgraded, that are always getting improved. And that is something that we have to realize. So when you are a good enough person, when you are somebody who only deliver what is expected of that person, you are not going to succeed in this fast growing and fast moving life, because this fast growing and fast moving life require people to always bring in the best and even improve upon the best. So being good enough, you are not even targeting being the best, you are just targeting getting in. And then you are like, okay, I'm going to learn how to swim when I am in the water. No, we are no more in that season. The season we are in and the seasons that are coming is not about just getting in the water and learning how to swim. It is good to jump in, but getting the preparation, trying in and trying out, and the experience is going to improve upon, like make you improve upon the things that you want to achieve. But it's also about preparation. It is also about setting goals. So the goal is not only to get in the water and learning how to swim, but actually becoming excellent at swimming as well. So when you prepare your mind that I'm just trying to get in the water, and then you are like, I'm going to learn how to swim. If you, it is different from somebody who's actually targeting on becoming excellent, because that person who is targeting on becoming the champion in the water is going to prepare differently than somebody who's just trying to get in the water. So that is the point now, and I hope you are following along. So yeah, good enough is also it shows you it can be translated into your standard. And even though standard, I would say I might actually not be your standard per se, because they can be the standard of the people who you grew up in or grew up with, or it can be the standard of people who are surrounding you, like your friends, your acquaintances and stuff like this. So when you realize that good enough thing is not actually something that is good enough for you, bear in mind, we are influenced by the people who are around us, our friends, our family members, our relationship or partners, or even our people like our co-workers or business partners. When we are being influenced by all those people, you realize that even you being good enough is not you being and bringing the good enough thing, is actually the standard of the people who are surrounding you. So yeah, why am I bringing this message? I'm bringing you this message because this is something that is speaking to me. I've been so far an average person, an average student, because I was like, I just want to pass. I just want to pass. I don't want to repeat. So I was never giving in my full in whatever I was doing. I was get in the door. And whenever I was passing, I was like, oh, well, I'm not repeating and I'm not looking back. I'm actually like going to the next class. But when you are competing with people who are not only trying to get to the next class, but actually exceed and even overpass the next class, you are like, you stay behind. And we don't stay in one spot. We either get passed, or we either improve or we get kicked out. We either grow or develop, or we get kicked out of the lane. Like there's nothing like standing on the lane when people are crossing you over. You are going to get out and get kicked out of the competition. So if you do not want to get out and get kicked out of the competition, it's all about even targeting excellency. It is about targeting even beyond excellency. So whatever you go in, so this being good enough thing goes across borders, from your business, your relationships, your friendships, even your working environment, or even the kind of job you are going for. The good enough thing is going to become an hindrance, because you are going to go for jobs that are good enough for maybe your financial requirements, like the things that you need on a daily basis. But when you go for excellency, there are even jobs that you will never take, because you're like, this is not going to be this is not the kind of job I want to be associated with. This is not the kind of environment I want for myself or even for the people around me. Even your business, like the kind of business you are going to go for, or even the kind of partners you are going to go for, when you do have this good enough habit, this good enough attitude, where you are like, oh well, this is good enough for me, this is good enough for the life that I am in right now, it's going to be so much different from somebody who is targeting excellence. That is something we as parents even we have to see and look at, because even in this generation where they are like, you shouldn't push your children, you shouldn't demand too much of them, and even this kind of talk, I believe it is only on the medium and lower class level where we are being talked and being made aware of not requiring the best from our children. But when you go to beyond medium and upper class level, they expect the maximum from their children. That is why they send them to the best school, they send them to the best environment, they expose their children to those kind of excellency, so that their children will be so used to excellency that they do not, like, parents will not even have to ask them, because they were exposed from day zero. So yeah, so that is something even for us that are medium to lower class people. We have to be aware of the messages that we expose ourselves to and we expose our children to. Because when we are being told that, oh well, we do not have to require so much from our children, we should let our children do whatever they want with whatever they want, and we do not have to push them beyond whatever. But when we look around, those who were able to achieve those things, they were people who either were born with those kind of excellency mindset. And I'm not talking about school excellence excellency where you only have to have the high level grades and stuff like this. It's not only about grades, it's even about aspiration, inspiration, and the kind of environment that is going to nurture excellency. So it as being the enemy dwelling in plain sight. So good enough, I said it is going to hinder your success. Be a good enough thing is going to hinder your discipline, you being disciplined, because when you are actually trying to achieve something like being successful or even failing, the good enough thing where you are like, you are working hard, you are working with what you have, where you are with what you can, but you do not give 1,000%, you rather give 100%, like what you are being asked for. And I am bringing this message because this is something that is heavy on me, because I've always been the person who gives what she's expected of. Like I've been that for most of my life. It's only the last 5 years or the last 5 years when I've realized that if I want to change my life, it's not about only giving what you are expected to give. It is rather going beyond and above what you are expected to give. And this goes across borders. I will not say for like I've been that way all my life, but as a student, for example, no, not even a student, as a pupil, like when in primary school or stuff like this, or in college, I was always the person who will be happy with 11 or even 10 over 20, because I was like, it's good enough, like I pass. I was like, my target was to pass my exams, not to repeat, not to fail, but to pass. The A plus, the B plus were never my target. I was like C plus or B, and that is good enough. And I was like, yeah, so that was my behavior back when. And I've realized that when you carry this kind of behavior, when you carry this kind of habit, when you carry this one, it's going to follow you everywhere. So that good enough and that settling thing where you do not give your 1,000%, you do not feel even exhausted and only do what you are expected to do, it's not going to bring success. Like you might succeed in a certain way, you might pass, like you will pass the door, but beyond the door there's nothing else, because beyond that door is only excellence. Good enough and excellence do not go together. Good enough and overcoming the barriers do not go together, because you are only trying to get in. But what are you going to do when you get in? Well, if you do not prepare before you even knock on the door, you are going to get in and get out, like you are going to get kicked out. So that good enough thing among every other thing. So even that good enough thing, when you bring it to discipline, you are not going to be disciplined enough, because you have always been a good enough person who will be like, okay, today I exercise, tomorrow I don't, today I don't feel like it, tomorrow I won't. And it's like, if you only try to pass, if you only focus on passing the barrier, only focus on having that C plus or that B minus, you will never succeed, because this is an hindrance, this is a barrier, and this is a habit you have to get out. Like you have to get rid of somebody who have carried this habit all the way to where you are right now. The best thing is actually to see and to seek those people who are disciplined, to see and seek those people who have those kind of habits that you do not have. People did not even need somebody to ask, to require them to become excellent or to be excellent or to deliver on the excellence, like they have it in them. So it's all about you trying to emulate their behavior, you're trying to copy what they are doing. The being or doing and delivering good enough is the enemy dwelling in plain sight, because we are all aware that we are settling, we are all aware that we deserve, we work hard, and we can do and become better or even have better things. But something, somehow or some way, we are used to only delivering what is good enough for us to get in the door, to get in the water. But my message is about targeting excellency. My message is about becoming the best swimmer in the water we are trying to get in, so that we prepare differently from somebody who's just trying to get in. We prepare and we arm ourselves with things and maybe knowledge and awareness, or even tips and tricks that are going to make us become, or actually make us target excellency instead of just getting in the water, starting from our own. If we want to succeed in whatever endeavor that we have started, whatever goals that we have for ourselves, or even dreams that we have for ourselves and the community that we are part of, well, being good enough, delivering good enough, doing good enough, and just trying the good enough thing is not going to help anyone starting with us. So yeah, enemy dwelling in plain sight, let's look at it, let's fight it, and let's improve. I hope I've helped somebody out there starting with me. And until I see you in another video, please take care of yourself, take care of your home, everything that is around and in you, so that at the end of the day, you do not only become a productive human being, but you become a full human being dwelling in an environment that's going to nurture you, and you are going also to nurture your environment. I've spoken too much. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and comment. And I'll see you in another video. Take care of yourself. Thank you. Bye.